Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another week of Puppy's Conversation Corner. Family, I'm so excited. You don't see these faces right now because they're behind screen, right? You behind screen, right? Yeah, there you go. But this week, I have some exciting guests with me. They come a mighty long way. When I tell you, they walked a mighty long journey. They work in the fields a mighty long time, and they're not tired of it. Y'all, I'm excited. I'm excited that this week, I have some original OGs with me from the block downtown. She from Mount Healthy, and she from Augusta, Georgia. But family, I'm excited that these people are excited, that they joined me for this conversation, y'all. We're talking about through their eyes, her eyes, his eyes. You can see that it's been working on. I didn't like that. Oh, this part I'm not gonna do that to you. But anyway, y'all, I'm excited that they joined us. So right here to my left, I have Greg. And then I have Miss Dwayne. This is a Cincinnati staple. She's been all around the city and up and through. And this is Miss Barb. She's the original storyteller. She's a preacher's daughter too, but she's a person that you want to know. Family, I'm excited that they're joining me. We have some questions. We're gonna talk, have some real conversation. And there is an audience this week. Can we get that audience on the screen real quick? Look, they're beautiful. They staring at me, but y'all should be looking at the camera. But it's okay. They're with me tonight, and we're going to have some conversation, real live conversation about holidays, reflecting on from the community's view of the OGs. These are our OGs tonight, and they're going to give us their views of them. So we're going to ask some questions, and if you have an answer. If you don't, Ms. Barr, just make it up, okay? Just make it up. All right? So, how have your holiday traditions evolved? How have they changed? And what still matters most to you now? Anybody want to go first?
I would go.
Here you go.
I don't really need the mic because, everybody knows that I'm loud. But, okay, all righty. Yes, ma'am. But I'm always very accustomed family getting today. Not only on holidays, but anytime. And because it seems that we got away from that. A lot of families do not eat together. They do nothing together. Don't go to church together. And I've been accustomed to doing that all my life. My parents didn't go to church with me. My grandmother reared me up. That I lived with her all my life. And she always said, look, I want you to go to somebody's church. And there was a church across the street. I lived downtown on Clark Street at that time. And Bethlehem Baptist Church was downtown. And it wasn't but a couple blocks away. So I joined Bethlehem from downtown. My grandmother was Methodist, but I joined the Baptist church. But we always had Sunday dinners together at the table with plates, not paper plates, with plates. And I'll often remember that, and I try to instill that. We had Christmas dinner at my house every year. I did Christmas dinner every year at my house. My mother, before she passed away, she used to do Thanksgiving at her house. But now my daughter and my cousin have taken Thanksgiving over, and they do every other Thanksgiving. But we still got that tradition going on today. We still have family over and friends. They bring friends too. And but I try to instill that throughout the year, because sometimes I say, let's come over for a cookout. We'll have a cookout in my backyard. Or I'll say, come on over. I called everybody and see if they're available on Saturday. We're going to have game day. And we like to play Pokino with Temos.
So,
But I want to increase that.
yeah, increase.
But we played for pennies. But I just like that get together as family. And, that's something that a lot of families have got away from. They don't get together as a group anymore. They don't sit down and fellowship with each other anymore. They don't ask how people stay like for everything. And that's something that we need to get back into. And that's something that I remember and I try to continue all the time.
I love that. So that means that your holiday tradition technically haven't changed. So what you grew up on, you allowed that to become what your family was up to.
Yeah.
And then, so you're instilling that, and they also the lady do their thing.
Yeah.
So that's good. So, Mr. Wayne, how have your holidays evolved, changed, and what still matters most to you about holidays?
Family is important. And we carry out the tradition, like when my mother and father were living, we all ate together on Sunday, holidays. And so we try to keep that going. And mostly, since the older ones are gone, we go out to my sister's son's house and we all get together, everybody brings something. And we just have a good time together because people don't realize family is important. And so I enjoy the holidays. Of course, they're not the same with your parents not being here, but we still get together, try to keep the tradition going, and just have a nice time.
I love that. I'm gonna before Mr. Greg comes, because he's long-winded, I'm gonna tell y'all, this is the disclaimer. If you need assistance, because this conversation could be a little bit tricky, a little bit triggering for some, because people's parents aren't here. People lost their loved ones during this holiday season. It can be triggering. So I'm encouraging you, if you're watching this right now, there are resources out there for you to call. There's hotlines, there's crisis hotlines. We're going to put some of those numbers up on the screen right now. You can call those numbers and reach out to those. So families need assistance. Seek it. Don't sit in silence. We're encouraging you. I had to say that before Mr. Greg comes, because he's going to be away.
The dynamic of my family experience has changed somewhat. My mother started it all, her and her sister. It was a gathering fair every Christmas, every Thanksgiving. She started that night. We did the prepping, and we were hands-on involved in the tradition of the affairs. And it's kind of hard on me now because I had 10 siblings under me. I was the 11th one, and all of them were gone. My mother's, father's, Amy's, all of them were gone. So I'm stuck with carrying on the tradition. But my daughter, she picked it up. She stands in it. She loans her house out every year, for these festivities. And true to family, there's one of them family, when I was a child, and we used to set the date for those fairs, and, we gonna go here, but we really wasn't going there. We was going there because we was trying to duck my brother. But see, he was a president. I called it. I love him, but he was on Clyde, and I was about to believe that we was poor. But now looking back on it, we wasn't poor. Because my mama never missed a Thanksgiving. She never missed a Christmas. And we used to get everything we thought you wanted, and that is what I miss, that joy, that happiness, the comedic atmosphere, because I had family. Oh, they were some of the finest things in the world. But that was family. Everybody had one in their family. I always had a comedian, I guess I was the comedian. And I really miss those days, when those days, not the days because I don't know, they ain't days out of either they frosting already, it was just, it's our fault, because somewhere somebody dropped the ball. I'm gonna pay this back behind.
We want to tell you. But you would drop us some stuff, so now you got me thinking, who about mine and my parents? We'll talk. Go. Now I gotta come up with mine. No, that's good. That's a good one. So, but to like tag along to what you were saying, the next question actually said, what helps you feel supported and connected during the holidays? So just going off what you were saying, like you 10 siblings,
Yeah.
mom, dad, your aunt, uncle is gone. So you have your daughter, which is a wonderful young lady. Not that one, no, not that. One of his daughters is almost my best friend. So, twice. You're not gonna play that like, okay. Don't tell that. No, I'm not. You're supposed to go watch it here. You're supposed to see it. But no, maybe you know, you know, I love you. Yeah, clean it up. But what helps you feel supported and connected during the holiday? You want to kick it off?
What helped me? Like everybody that said, what supports me is my family. You know, my family is my biggest support, and I am really proud of my daughter, and my 2 granddaughters. They are best, and if you know, I could always count on them for anything. And I had cousins that they are boy cousins. It's funny that my cousin had all boys, and on my side it was all girls. So my girls are Violasburg and her boys are just the same. So I am proud to have a family that we don't have any trouble. You know, we have the best of we help each other. We're there for each other, and we have no problems. We haven't had any problems so far, and I am just grateful for my family, my immediate family, and the other family. Even my family in Kentucky. You know, I had family in Kentucky also. But I'm the only oldest one that's left in our family. And you know, see, I'm getting full, but I try to keep things going and try to be there for everybody. But my family is my big support. If I didn't have them, I don't know what else to do.
I know that's right. I love that. It's definitely good to have family. And even so, because somebody said it, I feel like they said it over here, or maybe it was over here. But it was extended family too. So extended family, not always through blood, because this I call her granny. She's known me since I was 11 years old. We're not blood related, but I slept at her house many nights. We ain't blood related, but she treat me just like I'm her grandson, like any of her other grandkids. So family is not always through. It's the one that you get to choose. This my homegirl from way back when. Me and her just sat down, had plenty of conversations. But I share stuff with her. Now I can't even tell my mom, but I tell her. No, it's true. Like you know, we get to sometimes choose our family, and that's a blessing too. So, Ms. Dwayne, my phone just locked. What makes you feel connected during the holidays and supported?
Was my family, and was just me and my sister. My son was killed in 2005, so she's got 2 sons, and they look out for us. Anything we need, they're there for us. One's in California, one is here. But we would be lost without them. They send us stuff. They, like the holidays, they send us fruit. They send us different things. Then we go out to my nephew's house, the one here, and we all get together and we all cook something, bring it out to his house. And then we might have a few friends that come also. So we just have a good time just being together. You know, it's really different because, like, I'm the oldest one now, you know, over the family that's here. And we have a lot of other cousins, but we don't all get together. It's just, seems like it's just certain sides of the family. They come. Well, we have a good time, you know, it's just being together. But I tell you, we would be lost if it wasn't for Cookie's 2 kids. Because they do everything, you know. They make sure we got everything right, anything we need. All we got to do is call them, and they're right there.
So really quick, because you said something. So with the extended family, the cousins and stuff like that, how do you think, and this wasn't one of the questions, but how do you think your mother, her siblings, and all kept that family? Because somebody back in the day, I remember my great-grandmother, I don't know if it was just because she was the great-grandma and she was like the matriarch of the family, and maybe it was just a respect for her, but everybody drew. Like, what is it now that you feel like you can't get your other cousins? Like, you can get this set of cousins, but you can't get that set of cousins. What do you think it is?
Well, when we were young coming up, seemed like we were more so with my mother's side of the family than with my father's side of the family. But now we're all grown, so we try to see each other, sometimes, but it's not like because we didn't really come up with them. It's like, and to be truthful, no, I'm not gonna say it. But the thing, but we all get along now, But we just didn't we didn't know each other because we were on one side, my mother's side of the family more so than my father's side. But we love each other, but we just don't see each other. We see each other every now and then, and I get my book out, I call them all, I check on everybody, see how they doing. So try to keep it going. But because I talk to everybody.
Well, she does. She talks to them. She don't know a stranger. She ain't ever met a stranger. But you said two things, yeah, because that's real. And it's a choice that we have to make too, because I didn't grow up with my dad's side of the family either, but I choose now as an adult to connect with them. So I start calling my cousins. I'm hanging out with my cousins, also with my aunt, and on my dad's side of the family, his sister, I was with them last week hanging out. I was gonna meet you at your place, but I was with my aunt. So at the end of the day, but somebody has to extend that branch. So somebody has to extend that branch to connect that gap. And I know you're a branch extender because you extended to strangers. So I know I'm gonna encourage you to extend that branch to that side. But Mr. Greg, what helps you feel supported and connected during the holidays?
It's a combined of the old and the new memories of how it's done then, memories how we're doing it now. And I kind of compared the two, not being judgmental, but you understand, the tradition of my father, my mother's, you understand, me being the oldest surviving sibling is my obligation and responsibility to carry this forward. I can't let it die. So, and in doing so, sometimes I get this time of year, it's hard. It's really hard. But I must persevere, I must carry on, because I did. So long as I'm alive, it's my obligation and responsibility to let them know what it came from, who brought them there, how they got there, and what they did, to get where they at, So I take it as an honor and a privilege, I don't always do it right. I ain't perfect. I can fall for me imperfect, but I'm a this back for.
No, that's good stuff. I like that. I literally, what you just did, I sat on a panel last Saturday, and it was on, the topic was toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
But I sat on a panel with 3 other guys, and what you just did, more men need to see that. Being open and honest about feelings, because that's what we get lost in. A lot of men feel like we got to sit on our feelings, thoughts, and emotions. It's good to be able to express that. So I definitely want to thank you, all jokes aside, thanking you for opening up, because it can get emotional. Like, we go through life and the holidays, and those memories is what triggers. Those are good things to have, but sometimes it can put us in spaces. But I want us to know it don't matter what age, doesn't matter what age, I'm talking critical, doesn't matter what age you are at. There's help, there's friends. This one of your best friends, you call her all the time. She loves talking phone. You can always call somebody, talk to somebody. You got support. You got daughters, you got family. Reach out to them. That's my encouragement right there. I'm going to ask the next question. Before we get off, though, I do ask, there's a lot of wisdom in the room. Put your hands together for yourself. There's a lot of wisdom. A lot of wisdom in the room. Yes. So before I get off, I ask every week, because the audience isn't saying anything, so I'm going to ask you guys to put on your mind some wisdom that you can share with my audience to help them get from today to next week. So I know y'all got some. So you want to say something?
Yeah.
Grab that.
Oh, I'm going to say that for the next of our family. And our daughter has invited us to come to dinner in another state, in another city. And we can't make it. So I told my husband, since we can't make it, I was bake us roasted chicken. I'll fix growing sweet potatoes and macaroni and cheese. And it's just going to be us. So pray for us.
Yeah.
Be spiritual. And I'm Catholic. But he gets on my case because I want to go to everything that the Catholic faith and regular wants. And it's get to be too much for me. So I am let down. I pray at home. And I let him take me where he can take me guys to the place. He can't take me to church every time and all the time. He's not Catholic, but he's religious. He was baptized by my grandson, who was the bishop in the Protestant church. I talked to his bishop, minister. I don't do now. But they had planned for her. But we just too awful to make it. So pray for this.
Yes, ma'am.
Do the follow thing. We will all be true of this. And that's for all people, no matter what faith. So,
Yes. So this encouragement to you. So I want you to look around at all these people around you.
amen.
That they, again, like I said earlier, they may not be blood related, but this is family. So even though you can't get to your daughter, you can't get to your son-in-law right now, it's okay because you have family around you, you and your husband. So what advice would you give young people about finding peace and balance during the holiday?
That's a good.
Yes.
Mostly my advice to young people is to put their faith in God first. Amen. Always, if you have a problem, go pray about it. Amen. And then talk to your family about it, your mom, your daughter, your dad, your grandmother. Don't just, you might think your friends is your friends, but you got to be careful who your friend is. So some friends you might think is yours is not your friend. But you always have your family. Your mom is going to always be there for you. Your dad's going to be there sometime maybe for you.
Big.
But your grandparents and your mom, the Almighty is always there for you. So I would advise them to always pray. They may not know about the Bible, but you can pray. And some of them say, well, you can't pray. Whatever you talk to God about is a prayer. So you can just talk, and God will listen to you. Don't just sit there and don't have anybody to confide in and talk to. Pray, go to your parents, go to your grandparents, and let them help you to work whatever problems or whatever you have, work them out for you.
I love that. Pray. That's key. So, Ms. DeWayne, what advice would you give young people about finding peace and balance during the holiday?
First, I would say, stay prayed up. Go to church. We were brought up in church, and we still go to church.
God.
And it's, because it really starts at home. It starts at home. and then try to stay connected to your parents. Don't be out running around because you get a little age on your teenager or whatever, you know, because everybody out there in the streets is not your friend. You know, everybody's out there shooting and everybody's driving 100 miles an hour. You just have to stay prayed up and stick with your family and talk to your family. You know, talk to your parents if they're still here, or somebody you can talk to, or either go get some, talk to people, professional people. But just try to stay prayed up and love each other, and just try to treat each other like you want to be treated. And it's, you know, so.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Good answer. That's a good answer. Definitely. I think a lot of times, because Ms. Barb said it, that was a tradition though. Like going to church. My story is like yours. My mom, my dad didn't take me to church. My grandmother and my grandfather took me to church. But somebody has to do that, create that, because that gives you a firm foundation. And when you don't have that foundation, kind of shaky, you wavering, you lost, it can be lost. So you need that firm foundation, that solid, something that grounds you. Because there's a whole lot of stuff going on in the world, a whole lot of different things going on. And when we live in a social media technology age, you're not grounded, you could easily get pulled into something that you can get lost in. So that's definitely good stuff.
Yeah, because it's like, okay, my son got killed in 2005. He was shot in his car. But he was out there in the streets, just like a whole lot of people out there now, you know. But one thing he did is he went to church. He loved going to church. He went to St. Joseph downtown. And but he went to church all the time. He was in the streets, but he still went to church. Because we all went to church. We came up in church, you know. And as they say, how do they say it?
They're a reared child in the way that should go.
Yeah, just like that, you know. So, but he went to church. He was there every Sunday to St. Joseph.
See, that's the best thing. He was reared right. And when they grow older, though, you make your own choices. We all do. We've all made them. Some good, some bad. But we make our own choices. But at least he was raised to do what he was supposed to do. That's the key. So, Mr. Gregg, last question. What advice would you give young people about finding peace and balance during the holidays?
Oh, what I would do, you know, for the kids is concerned, there's a necessary example that must be set in order for them to follow. Absent from that, they will go astray. You know, we as men, we got to come back into the home. We got to project that image, not only project that image, be that image. Be about the business of raising that child.
Amen.
You know, because the mother, she got those kids for the first 5 years of their life. That's what they're going to cling to. But they can't raise a man-child. I mean, just simple, that's a known fact. And until we get back in the home and embrace those kids and raise those kids, they can always run astray. That's why you got all these men child out here in the street talking about my block, giving claim to city blocks. You know, this guy next door can tell you more about your child than you can because he looks up to that. He don't look up to that father image. These my boys. You know what I'm talking about? You know, where are fathers? Where are mothers? You know, the different times that we're living in, you know, before the tradition and thing that's solid, we're losing it. We're losing that backward, you know. And that's my opinion, and I stand on that.
Yes, I love it. That's a good opinion. That's a good opinion. It's actually, it's showing itself to be factual. So, but we do have to get ourselves back.
Yeah.
How we get ourselves back, I think it's in this room. There's wisdom in this room, and like we need that wisdom, that pool of wisdom. So this audience has to mix with that young audience. And I think what has to happen though is that fear factor. Because what happens is the youth of today have no boundaries. They have no level of what we would call respect. They have a different level of respect. Israel don't want to be bothered with that. So that's disrespectful. I ain't got time for that. You know, I raise my kids. So at the end of the day, but it's a fear factor. We have to erase that fear because honestly, what they need is just love.
Chill.
You show them love, I bet you that whole thing of disrespect changed because they don't have respect now because people turn their backs on. So how am I supposed to show you respect? And you ain't even showing me love, but I'm supposed to respect you. It respect and it ain't earned. Like, I mean, it's earned. It's not giving it. It's not giving. And even though we say you should respect me because of my age, no, they don't. They don't. They don't. So what can break that barrier is to show them love. Walk past them and say hi. And then the next time you walk again, say hi. They might not speak back for a couple times, but then they start seeing that you speaking to them and they're like, oh, yes, ma'am, how you doing? And then the last time they weren't getting out your way, now you start seeing them stepping out your way so you can walk past. You got to break those barriers down. I want to open it up before we get off. Y'all put your hands together to this mic for Kevin. Yeah, that's it. What did you like? She told me that she has no respect for.
Come to me.
Oh yeah. I thank you. Thank you. You are on the job. Yeah. We definitely appreciate you. I want to open it up. If anybody has anything to say, and if anybody want to share any words with me, I already know one person going to say something. She waiting. Look, she was waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, behind. Yeah.
What I want to say in the suggestion that my cousin made, she lived in a senior building. And there were a lot of people in the senior building that did not have families for the holiday. So she decided that she would get all these people together on Thanksgiving, on Christmas, any holiday. These people who did not have family would get together and have their holiday together. So you don't have to think because you're in a senior building that you are alone. Just get together and do something together. And it makes your holiday so much more healthy. And I called, she's gone on to glory, but I saw one of the ladies in her building and they are still doing it. They're still getting together. So if you don't have a family, get together with people you know and make your family.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. Anybody else?
So I just want to mention that we will be having Thanksgiving down on the ministry on Elm Street. So if you know anyone that just needs to be around someone, wants to be connected, they're more than welcome to join us on Thanksgiving.
Yes, and that's 1829 Elm Street. 1829 Elm Street is Rehoboth Well Ministries, a part of New Prospect Baptist Church, but it's Rehoboth Well Ministries in partnership with New Prospect Baptist Church. 1829 Elm Street, and it's actually tomorrow. So tomorrow, if you don't have Thanksgiving, is tomorrow. So if you don't have any place to go, we encourage you to go down 1829 Elm Street. So we're gonna wrap this up. I need one person, and she already volunteered herself. She's been waiting the whole time. She's gonna share some words of wisdom that we can hold on to until next week.
Thanksgiving is all about thanks and giving. So when you open up your heart, your home, your mind, your soul, and your spirit to feed those, whether they want food for their body or spiritual healing for their mind, let us always remember that Thanksgiving is about giving thanks for what we have and sharing also what we have.
So I want to thank everybody for spending this time with us. Y'all do me a favor, like, share, comment, spread this message, because this was phenomenal. Again, thank y'all for taking y'all time out there. You know, yeah, I owe you. So as long as I owe you, that's it. So y'all join us next week. We're here every Wednesday at 6:30 having these type of conversations with these type of people. Phenomenal. Y'all join us. We'll see y'all next week.